Raman Raghav, a name that sent chills down the spines of Bombay residents in the 1960s. His story isn't just about crime, it's about pure terror that gripped a city and held it hostage in fear. This is the chilling tale of a man whose murderous spree left behind a trail of blood and unimaginable horror. Bombay in the 1960s was a bustling metropolis. But as the sun set and the city dimmed, a sinister figure roamed its streets. Raman Raghav, also known as Psycho Raman, targeted the most vulnerable: the homeless, street dwellers, and people sleeping under the open sky. His preferred method was brutal and primitive. He used stones, iron rods, and blunt objects to smash his victims' heads while they slept. The randomness of his killings instilled deep fear, as no one knew who would be next. Raghav's killing spree was not a sudden eruption of violence, but the result of a troubled mind. Born in 1929, he grew up in poverty and isolation. His early life was marked by neglect, rejection, and loneliness, which brewed a darkness within him. He was a drifter who wandered through different cities, and as his mental instability worsened, his fantasies turned violent. His violent urges spiraled out of control by the mid-1960s, and Bombay became his hunting ground. The first wave of murders started in 1965. Victims were found in slums and near railway tracks, their heads smashed with such force that the police struggled to identify them. Initially, the authorities believed the murders were unrelated, but the consistent pattern of brutality hinted at a single mind behind the horrors. The murders stopped briefly, giving the city a false sense of relief. But in 1966, the killings resumed, this time with increased frequency and brutality. Raman Raghav's methods were chilling in their simplicity. He would scout his victims during the day and strike at night when they were most vulnerable. His choice of victims, the homeless and the poor, meant there were no witnesses and little immediate uproar. The police struggled to track down the killer, as he left behind no clues, just lifeless bodies and a terrified city. As the body count rose, so did public fear. Newspapers carried gruesome reports and rumors spread like wildfire. Families locked their doors, and those who slept on the streets huddled together, hoping safety lay in numbers. Bombay, known for its vibrant nightlife, was now a city that feared the night. The authorities, under immense pressure, launched one of the largest manhunts the city had ever seen. But Raghav was a master of blending into the shadows. He lived like a ghost, constantly moving and staying undetected. Raghav's unpredictability made him even more dangerous. He didn't follow a fixed pattern, and his choice of victims was random. Men, women, and even children were not spared. He struck without warning, disappearing into the night before anyone could react. The fear was so intense that some people even believed that the killer was a supernatural entity. The inability to catch him gave birth to urban legends and tales of a ghostly figure who roamed Bombay's streets at night. In one chilling instance, Raghav murdered an entire family in their hut, leaving behind a scene so gruesome that even hardened police officers were shaken. His growing confidence made him bolder. He began to kill more frequently, sometimes within days of his previous murders. The police were desperate and resorted to unconventional methods, employing informants, increasing night patrols, and interrogating hundreds of suspects. But Raghav remained elusive. A breakthrough finally came in 1968. A constable named Rajaram Vithoba, while patrolling near Matunga railway station, noticed a disheveled man lurking suspiciously. His demeanor and ragged appearance raised alarm, and he was taken into custody. The man was Raman Raghav. Initially, he denied everything, maintaining a cold and emotionless facade. But under intense interrogation, his mask slipped. What followed was a chilling confession that shook the police to their core. Raghav confessed to killing over 40 people, but many believe the actual number was much higher. His chilling accounts of the murders were delivered without remorse. He described how he watched his victims for hours, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. He revealed how he felt a sense of satisfaction as he heard the cracking sound of bones under his weapon. His lack of emotion disturbed even the most hardened police officers. Raghav believed he was carrying out a divine mission. He claimed that voices in his head ordered him to eliminate those he considered impure. As details of his confession emerged, the public was horrified. The thought of a man driven by such madness, capable of such unthinkable brutality, shook the city to its core. But the horror didn't end with his confession. Raghav's trial revealed even more disturbing aspects of his psyche. Psychiatric evaluations confirmed that he was a paranoid schizophrenic. He believed that people were out to harm him, and that he was acting out of self-preservation. His delusions fueled his murderous spree, making him believe he was doing divine work. During his trial, Raghav showed no remorse. He remained indifferent, almost detached from reality. The court, acknowledging his mental condition, spared him the death penalty. Instead, he was sentenced to life imprisonment and later transferred to a mental institution. But even in confinement, his mind was a battleground of voices and delusions. He died in 1995 due to kidney failure, but his terrifying legacy lives on. Raman Raghav's story didn't end with his death. It became the subject of intense media scrutiny, inspired films, documentaries, and numerous psychological studies. The 2016 film, Raman Raghav 2.0, directed by Anurag Kashyap, was loosely based on his life and depicted the chilling descent into madness that fueled his crimes. His story also serves as a stark reminder of the thin line between sanity and madness, and how neglecting mental health can lead to unimaginable horrors. But the question remains, could these horrors have been prevented? What signs did society miss? Raghav was a man whose mental illness was ignored, whose actions were unnoticed until it was too late. His story compels us to reflect on how many more like him might slip through the cracks, unnoticed until they unleash chaos. It's a haunting reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are not born, but created by circumstances and neglect. Even today, as Bombay, now Mumbai, thrives as a bustling city, the ghost of Raman Raghav lingers in its dark alleys. His story continues to serve as a warning that evil often lurks where we least expect it. What would you do if faced with such darkness? Could you recognize the signs before it's too late? As we revisit this terrifying chapter, one can't help but wonder how many such untold stories remain hidden in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered. If you enjoyed this gripping and chilling story of Raman Raghav and want to explore more real-life crime stories, mysteries, and untold tales, then don't forget to subscribe to Xplain-R. I dive deep into the most fascinating and shocking stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Join me as we uncover the darkest secrets from around the world, only on Xplain-R. See you in the next video.